Jay Russo has been observing cheetahs here for almost 6 years. He's been tracking one male in particular, observing him make a kill every 3 days.
I started to notice, but he doesn't kill that often anymore. It went up to 1 kill every 4 days, and then up to 5 days. Then he made a kill again, and I started to notice, but something is a bit different in his behavior.
Failing to make a kill only leads to one outcome.
Unfortunately, it will die a very bad death, and it will starve. It cannot look after itself.
Nearby, other cheetahs begin to act strangely.
Definitely a mystery. Over all the animals that I'd ever worked on, I'd never seen anything like this.
Biologist Dr. Lori Marker sees more and more of them lose their hunting skills.
There was something going on, and so I started saying, well, what kind of diseases are there? What kind of issues really are involved? Could it be a genetic problem?
Initial observations reveal a significant connection. Many of the cheetahs are losing their most critical sense.
For a cheetah, it's all about sight. It is so important. And because of this unique technique that the cheetah uses, they need the long distance sight so that they can actually decide on what they're going to hunt. And then the charge starts.
The cheetah's large eyes can spot prey up to 5 kilometers away. They detect even the slightest movement. Black tear lines beneath each eye reduce the glare of harsh sunlight. Even football players use this trick. Any hunter that can't spot prey is heading for disaster. The cat AJ is tracking has just that problem.
You could see in his eye there's a little bit of white coming from the inside, basically from just above his nose. But it was very tiny in the beginning.
We actually saw multiple animals where they were very hazy-eyed and blinded. I just kept calling it the hazy eye syndrome.
There was definitely something wrong, but was not sure what.
Why? What is going on here? What was doing this?
It's becoming an epidemic. Mysterious eye problems are sweeping through the Namibian cheetah population. Unfortunately for the scientists, wild cats make for dangerous patients. Dr. Gary Bauer specializes in veterinary eye care.
The first time that we were there, we examined in the region of about 46 cheetahs. And of those 46, we had a 23% incidence of cataracts.
A cataract is a clouding of the eye caused by infection, trauma, diabetes, or inherited disorders. Cataracts form in humans, cheetahs, and other animals when a chemical change in the lens creates a milky white fluid that blocks light to the back of the eye. They can lead to complete blindness with devastating results.
It was surprising and it was alarming. If you look at a cheetah's normal life expectancy, you can probably look at anything between 10 and 14 years. I think the mean average of the cheetahs that were affected with cataracts was about 6.5 years of age, and that could have a significant effect on the population as a whole.
They need to find out what's attacking the otherwise healthy cheetahs. Donna Hansen has a prime suspect.
Cheetahs react to anything that moves, so they're always inquisitive, and a snake moving past them would definitely rouse the curiosity of a cub.
Namibia is home to 3 species of spitting cobra. These snakes fire venom from their fangs. Their preferred target is the eyes.
And they are very accurate. In 6 feet, they will hit your eye.
This venom attack could blind the cheetahs.
Spitting cobras are a very big problem for dogs and cats all over southern Africa. You get a chemical irritant on the surface of the eye, which then damages the cornea, and can cause this massive big ulcer, and it then gets infected and you end up with the eyes being lost.
Gary re-examines the cheetah's eyes. He sees no evidence of chemical burns from venom. But what he does find proves to be a crucial clue.
We had a 74% incidence of traumatic corneal injuries, in other words, full thickness penetrating scars into the cornea.
Most of the cheetahs they examine have scratches or slashes on their eyes. Something solid and sharp is attacking them.
All of a sudden, nearly every cheetah had either a chip or a cut or a cataract developing. And this is what started this big question. Where was this injury coming from?
Gary finds cuts and grazes on the cornea, the outer protective layer of the eye. Something is striking at the delicate membrane. But what? Cheetahs weigh just 63 kilograms. They hunt a number of fierce animals. Half the time, their prey escapes. And when cheetahs take on large prey like this kudu, they risk their vulnerable eyes.
It's those horns, the kicking. The cheetahs are not doing it quickly.
Other big cats also attack dangerous prey, yet they show no sign of eye damage. So there must be something else. On a good hunting day, a cheetah can take in nearly 24,000 calories. That's 12 times the daily average for a human. To achieve this, cheetahs often hunt in groups, and they are highly competitive. AJ thinks this gang behavior might be to blame for their injuries.
Cheetahs are semi-social in the sense that they form coalitions between males. So brothers from the same litter, or even sometimes males that are non-related to each other, form coalitions. Now the thing with the coalition is you need to eat more, but you have more numbers, so you can take down larger prey.
When unrelated gangs confront each other, battles break out.
The fights between cheetahs that don't know each other are vicious. I saw a cheetah physically trying to destroy the other cheetah by going for its stomach.
Leopards, lions, and domestic cats can draw their claws back completely, but cheetahs can't do this. Their deadly claws are permanently exposed. In a chase, they act like spikes on a sprinter's shoes. But in a fight, drawn claws become razor-sharp weapons.
They open their claw, and if it's caught in his face, if it catches the eye, it can cause huge damage. I mean, it will probably take out an eye.
If you get a claw or a tooth going into the eye, then that is catastrophic to that eye. And the end result of those types of injuries are either a shriveling up of the eyeball itself, or what we call a glaucoma, where the pressure starts building up and eventually you get an eyeball that is blind. And visual restoration is not a possibility in those at all.
Hunting injuries or fights over territory would have to be very frequent to affect the eyes of so many cheetahs.
These ancillary injuries or other injuries, claw injuries, bite injuries, are fairly insignificant in the total population. In all the cheetah that we saw, there were only 2 animals that had an eye that was damaged to that extent, which we could put down to either a claw injury or a bite.
Spitting cobras, fights with other cheetahs, and struggles at kills are off the suspect list. The team needs a new lead. Gary makes a breakthrough in his surgery.
Essentially, this photograph shows an otherwise fairly normal looking eye, but with a 5mm thorn stuck in the iris, gone through the cornea and closed off from the body's immune system. And this photograph was the one that demonstrated to us that a normally visual cheetah was capable of injuring its eye to such an extent that a piece of thorn actually breaks off in the eye itself.
Incredibly, it's not another animal attacking the cheetahs, it's a plant.
It was like a eureka, oh my God, yeah. You know, that just makes so much sense. it became a link to a serious big problem.
In Namibia, a rampant thorn bush is taking over an area of land almost the size of Colorado.
The animals that actually had eye problems were coming from the same region. And that was really fascinating to us. And this bush encroachment became sort of the obvious thing to start looking at. So if we kind of look into here and imagine what it's like for a cheetah to be hunting at 110 kilometers per hour. And all of these thorns are pretty much at the height of the cheetah, which is about 75, 78 centimeters in here. Ouch.
Wayne Hansen used to be a bush guide in this area. He knows exactly how much damage these thorns can cause.
It is the only thorn, when you drive through this veld, and any farmer in Namibia will know, it punctures tractor tires, truck tires. There's nothing that it doesn't go through. Well, a good example is using the orange, that is as close a resemblance that we have here to an eye. It just goes straight in. It's hardly an effort at all. It's a matter of time before he gets something like this in, and coming out and just going past like that, it's just right to the hilt and out. And I mean, after that, your eye's pretty much gone.
They've caught the culprit. But why are these thorns injuring only cheetahs' eyes and not those of lions or leopards?
Their hunting habits are completely different. Leopard and lion are generally mostly a stealth type predator with a little bit of speed and pounce at the end. Whereas cheetah are predominantly a stealth and a chase down.
Lions and leopards lie in wait for passing prey. But cheetahs chase down their prey over hundreds of meters. And with the added handicap of a sight-clouded cataract or blinding trauma, hunting through the thorn bush becomes impossible. One riddle remains. Cheetahs are the oldest species of big cat on the planet. Yet after 4 million years, a thorn bush is suddenly putting their survival at risk. Wayne thinks he knows why.
The fastest change took place when we started dividing this land into private property. So you buy the farm, you fence it, you put in a herd of cattle, the cattle graze down the grass. Since the grass has gone, the bush has got free rein. That is that encroachment that we're talking about.
We've lost about 50% of our grazing land from this thickened thorn bush. The wildlife can hardly get into some of it, the livestock can't. So this thickened thorn bush is a huge problem.
The team has solved the mystery. And by restoring the hunting grounds, the future for Namibia's cheetahs looks a lot brighter. Case closed.